Olajuwon. Did I get that right?
Yes, founder and creative director Olajuwon Ajanaku.
Ajanaku. All right. I was gonna get your last name right too. All right. Okay.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, that's very important. I love to make sure, first of all, that I pronounce people's names right. So thank you so much for joining me today. As you know, we spoke to your co-founder not too long ago, Earl Cooper. We had a fantastic conversation with him. And so we wanted to just come full circle and talk to you today as well. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. First, I want to start off by telling our audience a little bit about your background before we get into golf, before we get into your brand Eastside Golf, your awesome brand Eastside Golf. If you could just tell the audience a little bit about your upbringing, your background, where you grew up, any family dynamics that you would like for us to know about, just anything about your family that kind of shaped you into the man you are today.
Man.
I know that's a lot, right?
Um, well, first, I was born in Houston, hence the name Olajuwon. Um, I moved to Atlanta, East Atlanta, when I was 2 years old. I started playing golf around the age of 5 years old, and
Wow.
then a friend of the family got me into the game, introduced me to the game. I remember I swung like 3 or 4 times. I missed it every single time that I
Really?
that I tried to hit it. Oh yeah, and I just fell in love with the game. It was like the hardest thing I've ever had to do type thing. And from there, ended up playing golf and basketball all through middle school, high school, and when I was 13, I actually ended up getting sponsored by Nike to go
Oh,
up
wow.
to Chicago, and I got a 20-minute lesson from Tiger Woods, and that's
What?
13. Yeah, and
Wow.
afterwards, I end up graduating from high school in East Atlanta. It's called Cedar Grove High School, but end up quitting the basketball team my senior year in in high school, and
Mhm.
then end up getting a golf scholarship to Morehouse College, and from there, that's where I met my business partner,
Yeah.
Earl. We ended up winning a national championship while we were there. And after he graduated, he went his way, became a PGA professional, and I went my way to play professional golf. But all through that, I mean, really, the thing that got me into golf was, I mean, honestly, it was the positive influences on the
Yeah.
golf course. I mean, there are doctors, lawyers, entrepreneurs,
Yeah.
positive people that can afford to just even play this game. So they're doing maybe something that you would want to know what it is.
Right.
And these are the people that I'm learning from. You know,
Yeah.
these people that have influence on me, and also the head pro, you know. So, growing up at Sugar Creek Golf Course, Charlie Yates Golf Course, John A. White Golf Course, those are just a few in East Atlanta that I grew up playing.
Nice. Wow. That's an amazing background. And I heard you drop Tiger Woods in there. So, if you could just tell us a little bit more about that experience, what type of impression as a young man did he leave on you when you got that opportunity?
Um, Left a great impression. I mean, I it's so crazy. I met his father as well,
Yeah.
Earl Woods.
Yeah.
So I met both of them at the time, and his father was definitely what's the best word?
Hardcore.
On yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I've heard that
on,
about him.
on it, and like he then like shook my hand tight, and he said,
Yep.
"Yeah, you're gonna be somebody great." And
Yeah.
I'm just, oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's right. That's
I
right.
got it. So I do remember that. And then I remember, yeah, Tiger just being, he helping me with my grip. I remember it. I do the grip today, while I play. So,
Wow.
but yeah, I remember those couple of things from there.
Wow, that sounds like amazing. Yeah, those are all the things I would expect from his dad. I've never met him in person, but all the great things I've heard about him. He's a very was very serious and motivational at the same time. Him
Mhm.
and his son, all the success that his son has seen. So it totally makes sense. So thank you for describing that and getting into more detail with that for us. I really appreciate it. Um, but in terms of the impression that that left on you, I know that you and Earl do a lot. Before we get into the actual brand itself, you all do a lot for the community and for other kids. Why is that something that's important to you? Kind of the philanthropic side of what you guys do, and making it so that other kids who were maybe at the age that you were when you met Tiger and his dad, why is it important for you guys to help them see the game of golf, learn the game of golf, and be in that community?
Yeah, it's really important, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I won't give you no political kind of answer, be only because it's like a step process, and I feel like just over the years, me even just growing up in it and just seeing from age 5, just seeing what are the main things that are needed to be a successful child at the
Yeah,
end of the day, and it honestly starts with the parent.
that's right.
So a lot of things that we focus on are actually young professionals and not kids. I mean, as far as apparel and
Yeah,
as far as some of the things, I would say apparel first, but then the marketing things that we really put out there. It's not geared towards kids. It's more young professional teenagers, and then way up to at just professionals in general, and just lifestyle people, hype beasts, all those different types of people.
yeah,
Um, that's what we're focusing on, because once we get them more acclimated and liking the game, it's now easier and passed down to their child to actually now receive the game. Let it be something that's, oh man, my mom grew up playing that. Oh man, my dad grew up playing that. The same as other, I would say, other ethnicities do. So it's a step process on how we want to go about it. Only
mhm,
because once you get the parents and or the young professionals, then they grow up and have kids, and then it's normalized at the end of
yeah.
the day. This is how, honestly, we make Eastside Golf, for the next generation. And because we really feel like it's a clothing brand that can be passed down to the next generation.
Yeah. Yeah. And so does some of that also entail like some of what you talked about a little bit earlier, just in terms of who all the types of people you can meet and be inspired by and look up to that are on the golf course, like doctors, lawyers, that sort of thing, is bringing these young professionals all together part of that as well, in terms of your view, how you see it, and you moving communities forward, moving families forward. What makes you, I guess the question would be, what makes you want to do that for young professionals?
Wow. It's so much to tell you, but so where do I start? It's more so when we do have community days,
Yeah.
um, that's where I would say the kids come into play. We do have those kind of breakout sessions to where we giving them putting lessons and on the driving range and teaching them how to hold a golf club. But then also a little step up to, I would say, high schoolers and young professionals. They're there, to see what it looks like to work. I met a young man. Had to be he graduated from Lamont Owens, but he had to be maybe 24 years old.
Mhm.
Came there, gave me a gift bag, and like everything that was inside of it, are things that he would think that I would like in his resume, was inside of there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
but they're not only doing that to me, they're doing that to so many other great people that are in my circle that
Yeah.
come out now, are introduced to the community as well. So it's more, there is no, gatekeeper. A lot of those type people are usually in the corporate arena, which I've had to endure for about 9 years. I mean, prior to this, and I'll get to why it's so important, but prior to this, I was in commercial vehicle finance for 9 years.
Mhm.
And I financed tractors, trailers, um, excuse me, tractors, trailers, construction equipment, motor coaches. And it was my job to grow owner operator businesses from 1 to 3 pieces to some anywhere from 23 to 30. pieces of equipment that that company owns. So, I had to hit a quota. Sometimes that was $1.5, $2 million a month,
Yeah.
as far as financed equipment. And doing that over the years, I mean, I found like networking was just like really important. And it was a lot of gatekeepers. It was a lot of built relationships. It was a lot of knowing how to just pretty much maneuver throughout life and do the right things the right way, even if it takes a longer time.
Yeah.
Those steps are just really important. Like steps is something I just learned from golf, but I related it to so much that I do within business and
Yeah.
even relationships, which now, hopefully that younger generation can use the game of golf to truly expound their network at the end of the day at our in their personal lives, in
Yeah.
their in their corporate lives, or at our community days. So
And you guys have one of those coming up tomorrow, right? In Atlanta, a
uh
community.
yes, we do.
Yeah. Tell
We
us a
have,
little bit.
huh?
Tell us a little bit about that tomorrow. What all's going on?
Yes, we have a community day that is going to be at Charlie Yates Golf Course, and
Mm.
it is, whole golf course is going to be. We bought it out for the day, and so we have a great amount of tee times where people can come out and play 9 holes for free.
Nice.
We're also gonna have clinics to where they can get a golf lesson. We're gonna have the driving range where they can hit unlimited balls. With with limit, of course, but
Right.
unlimited
Within
balls.
reason.
Yeah, yeah, but and then also for them to just see, I would say, um uh what I'm trying to do as far as Eastside Golf, and hopefully get motivated,
Yeah.
hopefully inspired. I mean, I'm to wrap up that last question, but it's more I am, if I want, well, two things. If I'm doing this for the younger me at the end of the day, I remember wanting to see somebody like me come up there and have something cool and dang, like, what? I feel like, all right, golf is like where I'm supposed to be, or golf is something that I'm passionate about. And that's how you grow the game as well. And um yeah, I mean, yeah, I just feel like we're going about it all the right way. So.
I feel like you are too. So I totally agree with that. That's why when I first came across the brand, I love it. I love what you all stand for. I love the fashions. I love the designs. I love just everything it stands for, and the community work that you all do. And you being, you creating this thing in terms of creating what you wanted to see. Um,
Yes.
I have a lot of that in my background as well. I won't get into it here, but in my prior life, I'm an attorney, so and I practice corporate law, and it was very important to me to be that example to little black girls, little black boys who maybe didn't grow up with a lawyer in their family, or maybe didn't even know one. But to show them what the possibilities were and what was possible. So whenever I see somebody else doing that, I absolutely love it. I gravitate towards it because it's so inspiring. And you guys are so inspiring in what you do, which is why I wanted to talk to both of you, you and your co-founder, Earl.